Hi there, a very good afternoon, good morning to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This simply Stocks, and I'm live in this live session with you all. And I'm sorry I'm live about an hour late than what I had mentioned, basically because there was uh, something that I need to take care of with respect to my wife. So I had to the session had to be delayed. I thought of not putting up a time, but then I thought that since it has been weeks that I have not had a live session, that eventually uh, I should put up a time and let's see how it goes. But again, I'm late, so apologies for that. But things are coming back into place. It has been, I understand, it has been nearly 2 weeks since I had a session and or any video. So things are now coming back into place. Things are now becoming slightly normal, alhamdulillah, and hopefully, probably going forward, things should improve only from here on in. Uh, so basically, what has transpired is that, and many of you would have understood with a couple of YouTube posts that I put up with the respect to my wife's health. So things weren't that great around the 11th and 12th of October, and so eventually I had to take her to the hospital, and they put her into observation for a day, and then relieved her that okay, she was fine. But after 12th night, on 13th she was fine, but on 14th he had another episode. So eventually I had to take her back to the hospital. It has been 13 days in the hospital there. And as many of you would understand, we have a 3.5-year-old kid as well with us at home. So and living alone is as difficult as living in Canada or US in this day and age, in an urban city, so in India. So that was the challenge. So tried to manage home and hospital and everything, and due to that did not put up any video for a while. And now I'm catching back to markets because I was totally out of markets. My sincere apologies to all the patron members that nothing came up over that 13 14 days. Some of you have left. You can come back because hopefully things should stabilize in November. What doctors have said is that in the next 5 weeks, if the next 4 to 5 weeks goes out without any incident, and things remain stable, then she's fine, and everything will be fine. So next 5 weeks are crucial. I cannot delve on the details as to what has happened, but basically just uh, do pray that things pan out fine in the next 5 weeks or so, and hopefully she can do well till December, and then things should go smoothly from there on in. So that's an update on what is happening since I'm back, and with my wife back home. I'm able to do a live session, and probably will be able to put up videos. So if you people agree, I will put up the Diwali video as well. I had made the presentation, had to just record it. I was not able to record it because of all these circumstances. So would do that and we'll put that up probably this weekend, by this weekend. So there will be a belated Diwali video that will be there. And there are other videos also with respect to some of the small caps that I thought could end up doing well, similar to Gujarat Themis that I put up about a few weeks back. So we'll do that as well. So the videos will start coming in, hopefully, inshallah, from now on in. And since I have not been into the markets for the last 10 12 days, so won't be able to comment much, apart from the fact is that as we mentioned earlier, that the markets should strengthen and should not go below 17,000 for long. Yes, it did go there. 16,800 did come in, but look at the kind of recovery that the market has seen. Although uh, the recovery took place on the back of banking sector doing extremely well, and I have stayed away from banking all my career, and I look at debt free, most of the debt free companies, apart from one or two companies which are debt or pledge driven, which I think could do exceptionally well. Otherwise, 99% of my stocks are debt free type of companies. So that's why banks are out of the screener, but banking index have done well over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and that's how things have come back into focus. Consumer did well in the early phase, but now consumers are taking a back seat, although they are not falling, but they are not doing that well. IT is down. I've seen some of the stocks which are still down from where they were 2 3 weeks back. I think IT should come back into play from Feb March onwards. Apart from KPIT, which has been doing extremely well, uh, there are no uh, there are no other stocks. I mean, per se, as to the whole index are doing well or all the stocks doing well. So thanks for all the wishes, everyone. I mean, I'm receiving messages here. Nagaraju, Sanjay, Carlton, Subramaniam, uh, Janjanam, and there have been many messages. I'm sorry if I miss out your names, Kankar Tata. Then, so things, yes, should come back, and exactly, markets won't go anywhere. Family comes first, and that's what I thought. So I've left everything uh, in order to take care of the family. That absolutely comes first. So we will see how markets pan out lately, but nothing much has changed overall. I'll go deeply into specific stocks over this weekend, especially for all the members, patron members, etc. And then the watch list will come up. So then I'll have a better understanding on specific stocks. Uh, as to what needs to be done. So if I answer on the queries and some answers are vague, kindly take that with a pinch of salt, that I have not looked at those stocks, might not have looked at those stocks over the last 2 weeks. Mr. Pawar, thanks for your contribution. KPI Green, why it is falling despite good results? Absolutely, that's my query as well. And that this is one query that I did answer to some of the patron members, because this is one stock in I'm invested in, and down 18% at the moment. Uh, I'm surprised as well. The numbers were absolutely strong, big time. I think this is profit booking for those who bought the stock at 460, 480, 500. They are making big money, probably 100% even in some cases. So they have booked profits. One reason I could say is that normally renewable companies trade at 15, 16 times earnings, and this was trading at northwards of 20 times. So I'm sorry. Uh, so basically, northwards of 2022 times. So probably valuations need to catch up again for the price to go up, but holding on to the stock, yes, I'm down in it. 760 on technical terms is extremely crucial level. It is currently above it. I think it will breach that. I think this is headed towards 670, 680. But if the numbers continue to be the way they are, and with the way the management has pointed out, they are delivering on the numbers. I believe that the stock is only getting cheaper with this kind of a fall, because over a period of time, I see 530 crores of sales for FY23. And if the stock trades at around 1400 crores market cap or 1300 crores market cap, that's just about 2.2, 2.3 times sales, which is not very expensive. Plus, if you see an EPS of closer to 50 rupees for the year, uh, trading at 750, it's 15 times earnings, is extremely interesting, because the stock is company is doing extremely well. It's not a company that is producing vague numbers or numbers that are up and down. Consistent profit growth of 40 50% is coming, and consistent sales growth of 50 60% is coming on the top line. So I think there is a re-rating. I thought when I bought at over 900 rupees that there is a clear re-rating that is taking place, and the stock may not stop. But as always happen with we all retail investors, that the stocks do retrace whenever we buy. So have patience. I've bought it for a 18-month period. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully it should not go below 670. So that's the call there. So That's my call on KPI Green. So overall on the market, very positive. I still feel that there could be some gyration, that there could be a situation where stocks per se may not perform that well, but the index continue to be showing some strength. Uh, I feel that the banking index could continue to perform till the end of the year. That's one thing. Uh, IT is something that one can look at from a 2 year perspective from here on in. And there is a sense now, specifically, I want to talk about one stock, and this is Nika. Now, why I want to talk about it is that it is showing a very bearish, you can say, setup. And so I won't be surprised if that goes to 700, 750 levels with the kind of bearishness that the stock is seeing. So anybody who has bought at higher levels, even if they are at loss of 20%, 22, 23%, take that loss with the lock-in period opening up, I think on the 7th, 6th or 7th of November, I think things could get even uglier from here. And we have seen what happened with Zomato. I mean, from around 110, 120 levels, the way it fell to 40. Uh, it was a steep fall. So Nika could go that way. It may not. So I was surprised with the kind of, you can say, selling that it has had, because normally these stocks trade at their sales value. So if their sales are say in the Nika's case, in FY23 they'll do a sale of around 5500 crores or so. Based on that, it was trading at 12 times, 11 times sales, which was not very expensive, considering that at one point of time it was trading at 25, 30 times sales. There are some stocks that are trading at 30 times sales, but it has fallen. Profits are very minuscule, and yes, numbers in December and March should be very good, but the way the stock is falling, it doesn't give me comfort. So those who are holding on is still thinking that there could be a recovery. I have a feeling that we could be headed towards three-digit levels there, and deep into that. So that's one stock, yes, that I looked at over the last 3 4 days, that I feel looked extremely weak. Tata Elxsi, in my opinion, is headed towards 6,500, 6,000. But it is a long term hold, it is a long term buy. Short term, yes, there is pressure and the stock is headed towards even 6,300. But I think this is something that had to happen after the stock has gone up from 2,800 to 10,000. From 2,800, the stock went to 10,000, and then you then the stock, then you'll have a situation that the stock will fall. So it was a 4x in very less time, and the stock has corrected 30% from being 4x. So that is what has happened. So long term, no issue with Tata Elxsi. It's just that you can buy around 6,000, 6,500. Yes, one quarter hasn't been that bad, that good. 1 or 2 quarters might be bad, and there would be a PE rating. Yep, and that was always on the anvil after what has taken place. I mean, uh, with the stock trading at 90 times earnings, if an IT stock is trading at 90 times earning and the whole IT index is in jeopardy, then you have to be careful. So that's the call. Okay. All right, guys. So basically, this is what I want to talk to you about. A green panel. I would say Century Plyboard is much better than a green panel, so I would stick with Century Plyboard. Yes, valuation look good on green panel, but the growth is much better in Century Plyboard if you look at it. So I've compared Century Plyboard with one more stock. I think it was Green Panel in my video. You can check that out as well. On KPI Green, I have just given a detailed reply, so you can reverse the tape and talk about it. A little bit of talk about sports, and then we leave it for the day. And then I'll come back on Sunday after analyzing some more stocks, and then I can answer on a lot of queries. So India take on Netherlands in a while, and hopefully rain stays away. A tremendous match on Sunday that we saw, and I managed to watch the last 1.5 hour, or the last, or you can say the Indian innings. And champion is always champion. So So basically, what has taken place is that Virat Kohli has shown that class is permanent and form is temporary. So tremendous performance by him. Uh, and we can see India do well going forward as well if our batting clicks uh, overall. So that's the point. So I wrap up here. Thanks a lot for being online. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.